Okay, peaceful greetings, y'all. Welcome back to the Subconscious Express YouTube channel. My name is Tanika, and on this channel, I film holistic health and lifestyle content. So today we are outside, and hopefully you can hear me over the wind. I'm praying, fingers crossed. Hopefully you can hear me over the wind, but today we will be in the garden, and I have some veggie scraps that I've been saving for the past 2 weeks. They've already been breaking down in the bag, and we're just going to be adding them to the garden so that they can support and nourish this new season of crops that we'll be growing and hopefully harvesting, God's willing, this upcoming summer and like spring to summer. So it's officially springtime. Just have a moment of just like gratitude for the fact that we made it through winter and spring is here, officially here. And I'm really thankful for that. Look, because vitamin D, life is good. And I'm really just grateful for the fact that I have the opportunity now to give back to the planet in just a small way, something that's within my means of saving the food that I already eat to give back to the soil. I just went and got paper because pretty much I have like the green material, and I went and collected. I got like a receipt, I got like hand towel. I got these cardboard boxes that my mushrooms came in. I literally just made some really tasty mushrooms last night, and so had that cardboard box. And then I was collecting the veggie scraps already in see if we can shield the mic. I was already collecting the veggie scraps in a brown paper bag. And so I just want to hopefully have a good carbon to the nitrogen ratio. However, I do know that I have more carbon than nitrogen. I did add some hair. I'm not going to tell y'all hair from where, but I added some hair in there. It's going to be a fruitful summer, if I may say so myself. Yeah, hair adds nitrogen or nitrates to the soil as well, which is good, but it wasn't a lot of hair, obviously. But yeah, so we got that going. For this video, you'll hear me talking about compost and ways we can give back to our planet. So stay tuned. And if you like this video, subscribe and comment with the things that you've been doing, letting us know, letting the community know how you've been giving back to your planet, how you've been giving back to your community lately, so that we can share ideas and just do this thing together. Okay. There's a little mold growing. I don't know if this is okay, but we're just gonna add it to the soil. I'm gonna mix these around and just add it to the soil. My dad just gave me these peanut shavings, the peanut shells. There's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of stuff in here. It smells gross. And my sister threw those bananas in there. I wish we had frozen them so I could have had smoothies. I've been making some bomb banana, like chocolate banana smoothies. And so like this just disappointed me a little bit, but whatever. Yeah. So I'm just gonna be throwing these in the garden and eventually like ripping this paper bag and also throwing it in the garden. This is where I left off. I went on Instagram Live for those who follow me on Instagram. If you follow me there, then you saw I did this portion of the garden already. And so now I'm going to be doing maybe like up to there, and then I'll save more veggie scraps for over there. So like, yeah, we'll see what we get done today. Okay, so in this scene, what I'm pretty much doing is digging as deep as possible into the garden as I can. You want to dig, if you're doing the composting this way, then you want to dig as deep as possible because you want for it to get the heat enough to break down your food scraps. And then you don't want to attract any unwanted creatures to your garden space. The only thing you really want are earthworms and things that contribute to the wellness of your soil, not just freeloading creatures, okay? So as I get closer towards the hydrangea bush in the center of the garden, I don't go all the way back. I just do the front because we have some annual plants that are, they pop up and they just add to the beauty of the garden. They're not really functional in terms of food. They're not edible plants, and I didn't want to dig those up and disrupt the flow of that. So I just stuck to the front and continued composting there. But yeah, This was a great workout for me, and I really enjoyed the garden space. I was singing to the garden. Erica Badu. What was I singing? I think I was singing On and On. But yeah. Okay, so I am done, and now I'm headed to the park to go take a walk, do some exercise, chill by the water. Yeah, just chill with nature and get my lymphatic system moving today. I've already did like a mini workout with the garden work. I did less than I anticipated doing, and that was because obviously I expected there to be like bacteria and stuff to obviously like start breaking down the organic matter, but it was like really hairy, and I'm a little concerned. So here are my concerns from doing what I did today. My concern is I did dig deep, anywhere from like 6 to 12 inches. I don't think I got as deep as 12 inches, but within that range. I don't know if I digged deep enough, because with compost what you want it to do is get really hot, really warm, because when the bacteria come to break down the foods, it gives off heat, and now this heat will be hot enough to kill any harmful or potentially hazardous bacteria. Now I guess the disadvantage of not doing compost the regular way, which is like having it in an isolated container so that it breaks down completely before adding it to your actual soil, is that you get to gauge what's going on, whether it's healthy or not. But I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be good, you know. But that's just my concern. So I don't want to go too crazy on adding so much organic matter, because I want to make sure that the soil is getting warm enough to be able to break it down. What else? Any concern that I had? I saw some things that I didn't add in there. I did tell my sister that she could add things into the compost, things that were going bad, or just like vegetable scraps. I did tell her she could add some things into the compost. However, there are some things that I know are not organic, and I'm not sure if I mentioned like only organic material. So there's that. So I omitted anything that wasn't organic, because like, you know, it would obviously be part of the soil composition, and we don't want any of the herbicides and pesticides, and Monsanto could keep all that. So those are my only two concerns. So I'll be a little bit more vigilant with paying attention to exactly what goes into the composting pile. And I do have a bin. Like, I do have a garbage bin. I'm sitting on a ladder right now. So I do have a garbage bin just like laying around. And so I will maybe add the compost to that, add some holes in it so that it gets some aeration. I think what I got today was really good. I have some dried leaves that were laying around that I added. The scraps that I was saving. I have some like old hydrangea flowers that are just like crumbled up, and like added it in there. And then I tried to do layers. So like the veggie scraps, the papers that I had, the leaves, the dirt, just like mix it in there so it's like a nice little mixture. So for some tips that I have for composting, if you're interested in composting, is wait until I upload an update video about what happened here, because we don't want to cause like some crazy situation. Let's wait to see the results. My dad. Yes. Okay, I'm recording this video. So I would isolate it and do it in like a garbage bin, poke some holes into it, and then mix up the compost. Definitely do that. But if you do not have an outdoor space to do your own compost, then I recommend that you just check on Google and look at the areas that are accepting organic matter, or that are doing like local composting. So I know for if you live in Brooklyn, you can drop off your compost to the botanical gardens, and they will accept all your organic matter. They do have some specifications, like no dairy products, no meat. Obviously that doesn't go in compost, period. So like they ask for those things specifically, But yeah, once you have vegetable scraps, you can drop them off, or you can check about local community gardens and see if they're accepting composting material as well. Those might be a little bit more strict with what they accept for their garden, because like if you're organic gardening, then you don't want produce that isn't organic. So they might be a little bit more strict about whether or not they're taking it from strangers, people who are not quite involved in the garden. Is that a pimple? Or is that dusty edges? Okay, it's dusty edges. I'm coming right now. So my dad is rushing me, and I think those were the tips that I had anyways. So I conclude this video. Definitely subscribe to this channel and comment below with your insights or any advice that you have for composting. Share your experiences with me so that the community can see, and it really helps the channel to grow. And I hope to see you in the next upload. Peaceful greetings, y'all.
I'll say it again.
Me, I feel chosen, I know that I'm winning, I know that I'm blessed. Me, I feel chosen, I know that it's destiny, know it's success. Me, I am chosen, know who I am. Me, I am chosen, know